Why do nations start wars? This is a question a lot of us are asking in these uncertain times. Here's a philosophical theory that attempts to offer an answer. Aggressionism holds that there is only one real cause of war, and that is the human predilection towards aggression against our own species. Supporters of this view argue that aggression is a natural human behavior built into our DNA. Let's examine this theory, exploring how it is typically defined and its implications, its history from ancient to modern times, and examine the views of those who are critical of it. I'll end with my final thoughts on it, so let me know if you agree or disagree with my conclusions. First of all, supporters of the concept of aggressionism see human aggression as the only real cause of war. They dismiss other theories on the causes of war, such as socio-political differences or greed. While they do allow that these factors may play a role in a conflict, they are ultimately secondary to innate human aggression. Aggressionists, especially those with roots in evolutionary biology, argue that aggression is a survival instinct that is present in all animals, including humans. They believe that some form of aggression is necessary for the survival of a species. However, they think that it can potentially lead to destructive behaviors, such as war. While they acknowledge that war, particularly modern warfare, is highly destructive and dangerous, they believe that it is also obvious that aggression has been evolutionarily advantageous for humans. Humans who were able to defend themselves and their resources from rivals were more likely to survive and reproduce. Thus, as modern humans, we are the descendants of those who made it through this evolutionary crucible. Some say that certain personality traits, such as impulsivity and narcissism, are also associated with increased aggression. When leaders have these traits, they will often use their position and charisma to influence others into an aggressive posture. In spite of this inherent instinct for aggression, supporters of this theory do believe that it can be controlled. They don't think that highly destructive wars need to be inevitable. They argue that it is possible to control this impulse through various means. Some suggest that to truly prevent war, we will need to address human aggression as its root cause. They think that addressing things like poverty and cultural differences are only temporary solutions at best. They contend that just like individuals can be taught how to manage their anger and resolve conflicts peacefully, societies can achieve this result as well. To attain this goal, they suggest that we focus on education and socialization. They see goals such as improving social rewards for non-aggression and helping people as a group to develop anger management skills as being steps in the right direction. Some even take it beyond this, recommending the investigation of medical solutions to aggression. In their estimation, the negative effects of aggression on individuals and society as a whole is a reason to make this a priority. After all, we know the physical and psychological harm that aggression causes individuals, including injury, death, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Aggression is also a factor at the societal level, where it can damage social cohesion and trust. In an odd twist, some supporters of aggressionism think that it can be used to justify war. They argue that war is sometimes necessary to ensure the continuation of the evolutionary advantages humans enjoy. They see war as a catharsis that can release pent-up aggression in a society in a controlled manner while increasing social cohesion. Now, let's move on to the history of this theory. As I mentioned in a recent video, the ancient Greek philosopher General Thucydides attributed war to humanity's aggressive nature that was brought out by greed, fear and honor. The Romans had a saying, "A man is a wolf to another man." Another saying of theirs was, "Here we are warned not to trust ourselves to an unknown person, but to beware of him as we would a wolf." This meant that they thought a person will behave in a predatory and cruel way when the situation allows for such uncivilized behaviors. In his writings, Thomas Hobbes argued that humans are essentially selfish and competitive creatures and are more than willing to use violence to achieve their goals. He believed that only a strong government, what he called the Leviathan, could sufficiently curb this instinct in humanity. Some modern aggressionists have interpreted Hobbes' writings as a justification for war managed by a powerful state. They argue that aggression is a natural human behavior and the only way to control it is through permitting some use of force. If this is the case, they say, then it is sometimes necessary to use violence to achieve peace, stability and security within a society. Interest in the theory of aggressionism was rekindled during the 20th century due to the world wars and ongoing minor regional conflicts thereafter. Also, Freud and other psychologists who followed after him began examining human aggression at all levels from a scientific perspective. These researchers are interested in understanding the biological and genetic factors that contribute to human aggression and discovering biomedical ways of controlling it. Now, let's turn our attention to criticisms of aggressionism. Some see it as a too simplistic, too reductionist view of human nature. They argue that humans are complex creatures who are motivated by a variety of factors, not just aggression. They also mention that it does not take into account the role of cooperation and altruism found in human societies. Others say that aggressionism does not address what they consider the root causes of war. Instead, they think such things as poverty, inequality, and social injustice are the real cause of conflict in the world and aggression is just a symptom. Critics who champion the concept of free will believe that the aggressionist view is too deterministic. They think it incorrectly suggests that humans are inevitably and unchangeably driven by aggression. They say this ignores the fact that humans do have free will and the ability to choose their own actions. Other critics contend that it does not offer any practical solutions to the problems of aggression and war. They point out that various solutions provided are either too vague and idealistic or else would need violence against individuals to achieve them. Along the same lines, critics point out that aggressionism is a dangerous theory because it could be used to excuse engaging in violence. They think that it could be used to justify a war because another group of people are viewed as a threat to vital interests. As you probably realize, a threat to vital interests has been used often to justify war and worse. Here are my thoughts on the theory of aggressionism. I think it gets some things right, mainly that humans can be aggressive creatures and that this has been and will continue to be a survival trait for us. But, I also agree with critics in that it is too simplistic and reductive in its view of human behavior. We have seen societies throughout history that have found ways to reduce conflict to a considerable degree. It is also likely that the innate human ability to adapt and survive can overcome aggressive impulses. I also have concerns about it being used to justify war as being necessary to maintain and improve humanity. However, my biggest concern are those who would use the theory as an excuse to attempt to medically treat or alter a population against aggression. Attempts to do this would make me, in the words of Captain Malcolm Reynolds in the Firefly movie Serenity, aim to misbehave. What are your thoughts on the theory of aggressionism? Too simplistic? Way off base? Dangerous? Let me hear from you. Thanks for watching. Please give me a like if you enjoyed this video and please comment to let me know your thoughts on it. Also, check out our other videos about other philosophical topics.